G agus fáilte romh go páirt na lú clasaí an ardmhaithe, áte mé cluthe lechanis críomh ardmhaithe anocht idir níomh pádraig Cullyhanna agus na rianithe Crossmaglen. You're very welcome to join us here on Armagh TV, where we'll be showing the coverage of the semi-final of the Armagh Senior Championship tonight between St Patrick's Cullyhanna and Crossmaglen Rangers. It's Misha Barrow Murray, and joining me on commentary tonight is Kevin Fox. Kevin, we should be in for a clinker tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Everybody's expecting the same, Barrow, with a big crowd here and all the still streaming in from the streets. So it's a highly anticipated game, and hopefully we're not let down.
Yeah, exactly. And many people have been talking in the last few years that Cullyhanna, had a possible chance of dethroning Crossmaglen, and every year so far Crossmaglen just have had too much for them. And I've been talking to a lot of people in Cullyhanna this week, and they reckon that this could be the year.
Yeah, it could well be. They've had a huge amount of under-21 success over the last number of years, and Cullyhanna people are expecting that to sort of come to the fold of the senior team. And a lot of people are saying that this isn't the Cross team of old, and this is going to be the opportunity this year to catch them. So we'll see. That's proofs in the pudding. We'll see here tonight what they're made of.
Yeah, and for all their successes at under-21, Crossmaglen Rangers have just retained the minor championship. That's 3 in a row, Kevin.
Yeah,
it's just a non-stop conveyor belt.
It is a non-stop conveyor belt. They have the recipe there within the club, and we could see the senior team come out to give the minor team a guard of honour as they went up to collect the trophy. That's what it's about within the Crossmaglen club. It's those small things that just make that bit of a difference. So it's from the under 10s right up within the club, but that's the sort of thing where Cullyhanna's going to have to bring on board them under 21s and make them feel as part of the senior squad and blend them in.
You're dead right, Kevin. And these things don't happen by chance or by luck. It's hard work and it's commitment by the coaches in both clubs, but in Crossmaglen Rangers, right from primary school through all the underage structures and that, there's a commitment and a determination and a steely determination to become a fully fledged Crossmaglen Ranger. And many of these players playing today for Crossmaglen have come through minor in the last couple of years and have been part of those minor teams and that. So Crossmaglen very good, as you say, at giving the lads a chance in that. But listen, we'll take a run down through the two teams. There's quite a number of changes tonight. We'll start with the Crossmaglen Rangers team. Crossmaglen Rangers in goals tonight: number 1, Paul Herty. At number 2 is Rico Kelly, fullback Aidan Rush, and number 4, Alan Farrelly. The half-back line comprised of Aaron Kern at number 5, Paul McKeown at number 6, and Paddy Studdard at number 7. In midfield for the Rangers tonight is Johnny Hannerty wearing number 8 and Stephen Morris wearing 9. Half-forward line for Cross tonight is Martin Ahern at number 10, Oisin O'Neill at 11, and Tony Kiernan at number 12. A change on the Rangers team sees Garvin Carraher wearing 22 coming in at corner forward, although he's likely to roam. At full forward, Mel Boyce is named, with Kyle Carraher the other corner forward. St Patrick's Cullyhanna team, there's 4 changes from the team in the programme. In goals, number 1, James Carraher. Full back line of number 2, Stephen Reel, number 3, Sean Connell, and number 24, Mickey Murray, replacing number 4, Phelan McArdle. Half back line of number 5, Connor Conley, number 6, Gary McCoo, and number 19, Francie O'Rourke, replacing Paddy McCreesh. In midfield is Barry McConville and number 18, Kieran McCooey, replacing Phelan Savage. And the half-forward line is number 17, Jason Duffy, who replaces Shane Conlon. Number 11, Eugene Casey, and number 12, Shea Huey. Full forward line tonight for Cullyhanna sees number 13, Pierce Casey, number 14, Mal Mackin, and number 15, the returning Aidan Nugent. So Kevin, plenty to talk about in those selections, particularly with Cullyhanna, who see the return of Aidan Nugent, their score getter in chief, and of course Mickey Murray, the exciting cornerback.
Yeah, Mickey Murray's a big plus for them. He's just a drive and run against Pierce many defences, and that's what they're going to need tonight. But yeah, that full forward line of Cullyhanna's Casey, Mackin, and Nugent. They're going to be needing them to fire on all cylinders, and there's so much potential in that full forward line that could cause Crossmaglen a lot of problems.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at how possible matchups. We've got Pierce Casey, Malachi Mackin, and Aidan Nugent probably to be marked by Rico Kelly, Aidan Rush, and Alan Farley. So I'd imagine that Farley will pick up Casey. It'll be a physical battle. Aidan Rush and Malachi Mackin will be a real ding dong as well. And Aidan Nugent, a small skillful player with a low centre of gravity and lightning quick speed will be more than a handful, I think, for Rico Kelly. But no doubt Gareth O'Neill and his backroom staff will have taken account and made plans for all eventualities. In the Crossmaglen Rangers team, Sean McConville, number 22, drops out, and Garvin Carr comes in. But Garvin Carr, of course, more recognisable as a half back and as a tough defender. So it'll be interesting to see just how the Rangers will line out 1 to 15.
Yeah, it will be. We'll see what the shape's going to be on hold for Crossmaglen tonight. They've obviously, the two teams know each other inside out, and the players know each other very, very well. So there'll be some interesting battles out there this evening.
That's right. The last time these two teams met was in the second last game of the league in St Patrick's Park in Cullyhanna, which was a real ding-dong match. Cullyhanna looked for all the world like they were going to win that game. They led by maybe 6 or 7 points coming up to the final whistle, and a couple of points and 2 late goals, one of them at least by Rian O'Neill, broke Cullyhanna hearts on that. It looked for all the world then that Cross was going to win the league, but it would come down to a final day decider where Cullyhanna took the league title this year. Cullyhanna definitely have their tails up this year. They'll be thinking that they've invested heavily in preparing for this season. They've had a good league season. They've got nothing really to fear by going out here. They'll feel that there's absolutely no pressure on their shoulders. They'll be going out to try and dethrone the champions, as it were. And Crossmaglen, I'm sure, Kevin, they've been through all this before. They know how to win these matches, and it's really up to Cullyhanna to stop them. Yeah,
it certainly is, and that's where very much in Armagh Harps give Cross a bit of a scare in the last round, but it was very much Cross's experience that got them over the line in the end. A few smart switches and things started to go their way, but it was very much, there was no panic, and their experience got them there. So Cullyhanna's going to win this game. They're going to have to bury them at every opportunity.
Bury the scores, of course, Kevin. Yeah, it's been a very interesting championship so far, of course, and in previous championships we would have seen Crossmaglen powering through each round and getting the better, but they've been challenged a couple of times. Drummondtee and Armagh Harps are both running them close in this championship, which will give Cullyhanna great hope ahead of this encounter. Now I think, Kevin, we're going to have a moment's silence.
Yeah, I think there's a minute's silence just before we head into the rendezvous.
Okay.
We ask you to please stand and observe a minute's silence for the late Anna Campbell. Anna was the sister of the great Bill McCarty, who played for Armagh in the 1950s and early 60s, and was the wife of Pat Campbell, affectionately known as Bummer Campbell, who played for Armagh Harps and also for Wolf Tone Derry McCash. Many of you will remember a famous Ulster final in 1961 when Pat scored a goal towards the end which was disallowed. Garn went on to win the All-Ireland that year. The score in that game was 210 to 110 for Down. And we remember that the great players need support from wives, girlfriends, family members, and we honour and respect the late Anna Campbell for all the support that she gave to Pat during his playing days. Yesh Lav De Goro Ahanam Ursel Share. Banagin Warshasu and Ishkar Japonia Oran Nation to the Heron. And a Joldoing and Knock a Piras o Larkine o Greenhead the Crusher. Oran Nation to the Heron. Oran Navian.
Fáilte over Ash, or on the vein, a Kyoldune and Shinnig, Pierce O'Larkin, Gialogo Crush for Glenine, or on the vein, splendidly sang there by young Pierce Larkin from the Crossmaglen Rangers Club. Today's referee, Stephen Murray, of course, will be familiar to many. I see Kevin already, Pierce Casey going in midfield alongside Barry McConville. I'm looking at the Crossmaglen Rangers attack. I see Kyle Carha and Mel Boyce. Fish is over the far side, Tony Kiernan. Oshin remains at wing half forward. Yep, so as expected, Gavin Carr's at centre half back. And it'll be, here we go, the game's up, and the ball's in the air, and they all jump for it, and it's Cullyhanna who come away with the ball, and it's Pierce Casey, and he's off like a hare down straight through the middle. Paul McKeown's coming over to meet him. The ball flicked out to Aidan Nugent, and Aidan's going to go on his left, no, he's back on his right. Creates a wee bit of space for himself, and he's crunched in the tackle. Good effort of a block by Paul McKeown, maybe too enthusiastic. He took man on ball there, Kevin, and it's going to be a 21-yard free for Cullyhanna.
Yeah, it's one of them ones, but it's slightly debatable bar, but yeah, I think he just caught his leg there just as he tried to shoot, so it's fair enough.
Yeah, and all coaches will tell players to get right down on the boot and try and get the block in, but in doing so he also took the man with him. So referee Stephen Murray showing early intent. Maybe he's going to take no mess in the night, Kevin. There's the first score of the game, a pointed free by Aidan Nugent. Ball's going to be set up here by Paul Hardy, and there's matchups and tussles and pulling and dragging all over the field as Aaron Kiernan's trying to get a bit of space, and he's being well marshalled. Aaron Kiernan is being marked by Mickey Murray. That's the importance they're putting on Aaron Kiernan. They're putting the best defender on him. There's another great break by Barry McConnell. That's his second. Breaks forward here to Eugene Casey, who has great strength, and he gets away from his man there, and he's being held that time by Garvin Carher, and he delivers fast ball in here. Brilliantly taken by Jason Duffy, and the ball slotted over the bar. With no shortage of confidence there, Kevin. Yeah,
it was a great start, and he got out in front of his man there, and with no fear just turned around and got slotted over the bar. It's a great start for Cullyhanna.
Yeah, that's the advantage of youth. Young Jason Duffy's brimming with confidence after a good year with the County Minors, and just instinctively slotted that over the bar. Ball kicked to the far side, and a great leap there by both players. It's the Crossmaglen Ranger who landed with the ball, and the free's going to be taken, and it's pumped down the line towards Tony Kiernan. Tony Kiernan being matched up here by Conley, and Tony Kiernan turns and delivers an early ball in, and well dealt with there by Sean Connell, the county man. Strong in possession, comes out, he's on for them, and he's thrown for over carrying. Kevin, he was too eager to show us all how good of an athlete he was there.
Yeah, he had options there just to lay it off, and he tried to take them all on at one point, and he's overcarried it, and he's just given advantage back to Cross. He should really just have let it off, but that's just getting his hands on the ball first. These things can happen.
Yeah, Kevin, puts my memory back to maybe the greatest fullback that we ever had, Francie Ballia. It's very seldom you would have seen him coming soloing out to the 45 with the ball. He would have got it and laid it off, and kept things nice and simple. And
yeah, it is, and keeping the ball simple, that's all. That's what you want from your full back.
Yeah, so an unnecessary free given away there by Cullyhanna leads to an opening score by Crossmaglen's Tony Kiernan. A well slotted free leaves a score 2-1, and it's a first kick out here for young James Carraher, who's a promising outfield player for the underage. Ball well gathered there by Cullyhanna, and the free is going to be taken soon by Mickey Murray, and it's popped down the line towards Jason Duffy. Duffy out in front of his man. His man is Paul McKeown. He gets the ball picked up and he's played away to Mickey Murray. Mickey Murray hurrying away here. He's going to be pulled back by Oisin O'Neill. Not so, says the referee. And it's recycled back to Aidan Nugent. And Aidan Nugent, once again, slots the ball over the bar. So, Kevin, Cullyhanna have had 3 attacks and 3 scores.
Yeah, it's a brilliant start for them. Great from Nugent. It's a good support player. He just got the ball let off for him, and he scored a lovely point there.
Yeah, and it
was great play by Duffy.
Yeah, good play by Duffy. Good strong play by Duffy. Paul McKeown is a very tough tackling defender for Cross Rangers, and an integral part of their main defence. And he'll not be too happy at being turned by young Jason Duffy there, who seemed to be able to outmuscle him there in the first instance anyway. A lot of movement from the kick out, as would be expected. Paddy stuttered, going from side to side, trying to get a bit of space, create a bit of space, no doubt, for Hannerty and Rico Kelly, I can see out around the middle. Here comes Hardy. He's taking his time. There's no panic. They're waiting for the medic to get off the field. Johnny Hannerty points. Paul Hardy looks and he dinks it out in his direction. Barry McConville gets up and gets his fist on it again. Breaks to Eugene Casey, and Eugene Casey is immediately under pressure by 2 Crossmaglen Rangers, and another free given away. The referee had no option there, despite the best efforts of Stephen Morris not to concede a free. Kevin, he was all over him.
Yeah, there's 2 of them around him there. The referee, leaving the referee no choice whatsoever but to give that foul.
Yeah, so Aidan Nugent, he takes it short. Oh, Kevin, a poor decision making there by Aidan Nugent. He was probably within his range to have a go. Good ball down the line to Oisin O'Neill, who does well to get out in front of Gary McCooey. Rico Kelly streaks away, punches it down the line. Oh, poor hands there by Mel Boyce. Really a good opportunity there to set Cullyhanna on the attack, and then he fouls Francie O'Rourke, who had got on the ball there. So this free is going to be taken by Gary McCooey. McCooey's looking around for options, none readily available. He's going to have to kick it long. He does so. Eugene Casey tries to go for the ball and is unsuccessful. Pierce Casey with a heavy hit on Rico Kelly right in front of us here. Referee Stephen Murray coming over. He tells him to hold it and to calm down. So a bit of discussion here between linesman and referee. Aaron Kiernan canters over to take the free. Rico still being treated here, but now he's getting up on his feet. Rico's a big strong boy and he'll be alright. And Aaron Kiernan just wiping the muck from his feet, and apologies to anyone if the microphone was playing low. We have that resolved now. It's going to be a free in here to Crossmaglen. Martin Fish-Ahern being tripped there as he went to pick it up. So a first opportunity for Aaron Kiernan here to swing the left at this, Kevin.
Yeah, it's things are starting to get heated up a bit in other parts of the field. Maybe the cameras aren't picking them up, but yeah, it's been a good start in Cullyhanna. We've had 7 minutes gone, and but I think there's a missed free down this end where Cross has turned the ball over now, and we could, instead of sitting 4-1, we could be sitting 3-2 if this goes over. That's
exactly right. And Aaron Kiernan, with his trusty left foot, just clips the inside of the post and over it goes. So 3-2, as you correctly say, Kevin. Maybe that option, or that wrong option from the free by Aidan Nugent, maybe just putting doubts into his head. Ball kicked out well for Cullyhanna. The Cullyhanna man's fouled there, surely, as he went to pick that up. But yeah, I thought that looked too good to be true for the Crossmaglen man to barge him out over the sideline, then take the sideline ball. Ball popped into Shea Huey. and well out. He's been picked up by Alan Farley. Ball given to Gary McCooey, who pushes it down the line to Eugene Casey, who gets away from Garvin Carr. Strong running there from McCooey. Back to Casey. Casey bundles inside the 45. Oh, and there's a big hit on number 5, Connor Conley. Back out to Casey. Casey swings the left at it, and it's over the bar. Score for Eugene Casey, his first of the night, and Cullyhanna's fourth. 4-2 now to Cullyhanna, and a real ding-dong of a battle, Kevin. You can't take your eyes off it, and as you say, there's shouts from the crowd, and you're looking to see what's going on different ends of the field.
Yeah, it's happening all over the field at the minute, but Cullyhanna is playing very, very well so far, and they're getting themselves in good positions up front, and they've done well to cycle that ball out to get it over the bar. Yeah,
but Barry McConville's doing great work in midfield. He boxed down every ball that has come in so far. Ball, I was going to say, it was well judged there by the Cullyhanna defence. Judged by Tony Kern with great speed. He nearly went round the outside of Sean Connell. Back out to Kyle Carr. Kyle tries to get back round on his left. He feeds it back out to Oisin O'Neill. Oisin strikes it comfortably and confidently and strikes it over the bar. Kevin, slack defending there by Cullyhanna. When the ball bounced over Kyle Carr's head, for all the world the full back was gonna catch it, and he just misread it. Barry McConville and Johnny Hunnerty in a race for the ball here. Johnny's baiting at his ribs, and Barry acrobatically kicked it away, but it's going to be a good battle between those two.
Yeah, it started off very well, so Hunnerty's just a wee bit too over-eager in that stage, and McConville, he'll play into McConville's hands if he's at that.
Yeah. Neither McConville nor Johnny Hunnerty, I don't think they'll mind me saying, they're not the ball carrier for Cullyhanna or Cross. They're the strong midfielder who contests the high ball, and it's it'll be interesting to see if either of them's on the ball, the sort of the tackling and the physical exchanges between the two of them. Free now, Gary McCooey box it down the line, and it goes over Aidan Rush and Mal Mackin's head. Mal Mackin yet to get on the ball. Good ball played in, evades Stephen Reel and Mel Boyce. We're out here with Kyle Carr. He jinks, he turns, he feeds it inside to Martin Ahern. Martin Ahern gets a quick kick away, and it's into the hands, short and in the hands of James Carr. James Carr canters out. He's looking for options. He doesn't have many options down his line. If Crossmaglen came in and tackled him now, he'd be in bother. He pushes it down the line to Mal Mackin. Mal turns Aidan Rush and runs away down the line. Yeah. Kevin, what Mal did there, he slowed down and tried to use his left arm to push Aidan Rush away. Aidan's a big, strong, able fella, and the referee, it just looked all wrong. It looked awkward, and the referee gave a free against him.
Yeah, it's just somebody. He's left. His hand was up very, very high. It was around his neck area, and it's always going to favour the defender.
Good ball in by Tony Kernan, but well read by young Francie O'Rourke. Francie O'Rourke then gives the ball away. He tried to fist it out, and he's done for overcarrying. Cullyhanna, they got away with one there, Kevin.
Yeah, they definitely did. Forward shouldn't have been overcarrying at that stage, but they got away with it. It's Cullyhanna now in the attack. Mal
Mackin juked inside his man there and tried to go past him, and Aidan Rush just caught with his arm around the inside of him. Referee Stephen Murray not interested in. If that had been yesterday's All-Ireland semi-final, there would have been a black card, I'm near sure. There's Shea Hui, and he turns his man brilliantly. He's got a load of space here. He solos, he bounces. He looked like he was going to shoot 4 times, and then a poor ball in there, with Rico Kelly. Rico Kelly just lumps it down the field aimlessly to three. Oh, that's a poor touch. Cullyhanna just a bit unsure themselves, and it's all a wee bit hectic. That all the time in the world to take that ball under control. Francie O'Rourke just miscontrolled it. Tony Kernan slips but gets back up and kicks it in left-footed. A high ball in between Connell and Kyle Carr, which Connell is too strong for it. He got his hand out, he bait it out to the corner, and he's going to take them all on again. Stephen Reel on the ball, and he plays it down the wing. This good play by Cullyhanna this time, a lot more controlled. Ooh, a Hail Mary ball played Conley there. Here's Barry McConville that I said didn't carry the ball for Cullyhanna, carried it 30 yards up the field, and a good ball into Eugene Casey. Eugene Casey, very strong player for Cullyhanna. The referee's giving a free out there. Cullyhanna are going to be frustrated about that because it looked like he was maybe tripped. Eugene Casey flew home for this game today. His brother was married yesterday in London, and he got the early flight home this morning for this game. Aaron Kiernan takes this left-footed way out to the far side. Beautifully measured ball for Oisín O'Neill, and Oisín uses his power and his speed to get away from Gary McCoy, and he hits it with the outside of his right boot. And what about that first score, Kevin? Straight over the black spot.
Yeah, it's a mature head and the young shoulders there. Barra, he done very well to get out in front of his man. He's got a possible confidence done on the line there and just outside of the boot. Beautiful point.
4-all. There's a great take by Francie O'Rourke there, who took the ball out of I think it was Johnny Hannity's hands there as he went to catch it. Mal Mackin out in front of Aidan Rush again, and Aidan's trying to use his strength to hold him up, but he's fouling him, and he's fouled him, Kevin, the last 2 times that Mal's got on the ball. He's eager to get him stopped, but he's fouling him. Ball pushed down the line to Mickey Murray, and Mickey Murray will rob it into space here. Cuts inside Paul McKeown. Finds Jason Duffy, who's being held by Paddy Studdard. And Kevin, if Cullyhanna can get the ball to Jason Duffy, it looks early doors that he can cause ball.
Yeah, he is. He's causing him a few problems there, and I think that's I see McConville running out onto the field there to give a few instructions. It could be what it's about as well, Bora, because he is the one that's proven a real danger where he's getting out in front of his man. But we've had a few sort of error moments over the last few minutes, and just the Cullyhanna, just after a bright start, just need to settle themselves down again.
Yeah, and you're going to get errors. There's always going to be errors. You know, it's nerves are a part of it. Like, and there's just been a couple of. Here's a free kick that's definitely going to be kicked. Aidan Nugent kicks it. Kevin, he kicks it over the bar, which makes it all the worse. He wasn't much further out than that when he decided to play the last one short, but that's his third and Cullyhanna's fifth. Cullyhanna now lead 5 points to 4. Paul Hardy looks out straight down the middle. He's looking for Johnny Hannerty, and Barry gets the fist on it again. It comes to Aidan Nugent, who lays it off to Barry McConville. Barry McConville, he's looking for Nugent. He's well within shooting range if he wants to kick this, but he's going to go wide at the near post there, I think, Kevin. Decent effort, but first wide of the night for Cullyhanna. Yeah,
it is first wide. It's just a bit of a wind starting to pick up. It's against Cullyhanna at the minute, and it's just making their shot selection out from sort of further out a bit more difficult.
Yeah, there's a ball kicked out by Paul Hardy, and he's going to make Paul McKeown work for it, but Paul McKeown gets there and plays it left-footed down the line. And played to nobody in particular. Well handler. Francie O'Rourke need to do something quickly with this ball. Plays inside to Stephen Reel. Stephen tries to come inside, but he's held up. Oh, good play there. The triangle of Cullyhanna players done well to keep that ball. They need to move it. The tackling by Crossmaglen forwards is ferocious. Cullyhanna not being given any time on the ball, as you would expect. Jason Duffy out in front of Paddy Studdard again, but the referee's going to take it back. But you just get a glimpse every time you see Jason Duffy run for the ball, Kevin, of his physicality and his speed, and he's able to hold his man off and gather the ball with his other hand, and it's immediately setting him on the front foot. This is going to be taken by Gary McCoy, who plays it short to Eugene Casey. Casey's got the strength to get away from his man, Gavin Carr, who got a great hand in. He plays it back to Gary McCoy, and Gary McCoy makes great strides down the line. He tries to play one in, but it ended up like a shot. Shea Hui trying to close down Paul Hardy, put him under a bit of pressure. Hardy kicks it up in the air. It's out very wide along the far sideline, and in the come Garvin Carr on the ball, plays across to Rico Kelly, and they play it all the way across to Paul McKeown. Paul McKeown comes back in on his left and gives it to Rico. Rico taking his time. He's got his head up, and he plays a nice ball out in front. Oh, and they all went for it, and they all pulled out of it, Kevin. I think the two Cullyhanna players thought they were going to run into each other, and they left it for each other, and Kyle Carr thought, I'm not going to get that, and it went past them all. So good play by the fullback, Sean Connell, who mopped that up, and here come Cullyhanna over the halfway line. It's good running by Pierce Casey. Tries one down the line to Mal Mackin. Mal Mackin, great strength, holds off two players. He does that, and he's been given out for a sideline ball. He done it again, Kevin, where he put the ball under his right arm and pushed Aidan Rush away with his left hand, and he hasn't got away with it yet. No,
I think in that occasion the ball has went out past the lane. Maybe has it, but it's done well in that occasion. But yeah, you're right down here. This is where there's been a few errors down around that end of the pitch, and they need to be very careful because if the Cross get a sniff, they will punish you.
Yeah. So there's round about 18 minutes gone in this game. Of course, the game didn't start bang on 7 o'clock. Started about 2 minutes past. Oisín O'Neill gets away from Francie O'Rourke here again and kicks expertly over the bar. His third point. And Kevin, for all the threat that Cullyhanna is showing up front, Crossmaglen look very easy. They're getting at Dáithí O'Neill. He's using it on a poor kick out. Given straight to Kyle Carr, gives it back to Martin Ahern, and Martin Ahern, maybe Kevin's showing a wee bit rusty. He's missed a lot of the year for Crossmaglen and tried it a wee bit laboured there and casual, tried it with his left foot and played it short. Oh, good, nice one too. Oh, but the ball was intercepted by Rico Kelly, and here come Cross in huge numbers. 3 defenders again, 6 or 7 attackers. It's given to Ahern, and Ahern this time makes no mistake and puts it over the bar. And Crossmaglen Rangers now lead for the first time. That's the first point for Martin Ahern in his 3rd shot, I make it.
Yeah, there's been too many errors happening in the Cullyhanna defence, and they do look overall, but apart from the simple errors that they're making, they do look fairly strong enough back there to handle Crossmaglen, but they've just been gifting far too many points.
Well up by Pierce Casey there. He broke it down to Aidan Nugent, and Aidan Nugent plays it down the line to Duffy, who's out in front of Studdard again, and Studdard's all over him. The referee's going to give a free in there, and he's going to have a word, I think, with Paddy Studdard, because Jason Duffy got that ball, and if he had got turned on to his right there, Kevin, he had a great sight on goal, but he was being held back, and Stephen Murray's happy enough to award a free and have no more said about it. Yeah,
but it's a really good outlet for them to get into that forward line. He's getting out in front of his man each and every occasion, and I think the Cross management maybe need to look at it to see where they can tighten up.
Exactly right. Like the ball from the kick out being broken down by Pierce Casey to Aidan Nugent, and Aidan Nugent in front of Duffy. That's what Cullyhanna want to see happening. So Aidan Nugent hoping to add to his 3 points already here. He's just about 25 metres out from goal. He kicks it right footed, and he kicks it superbly over the bar. His 4th, his 3rd free, and the scores are level again at 6 points apiece. Remember, Crossmaglen playing with a substantial wind. A short kick out to Rico Kelly, and Rico looks and plays it down this wing. Great running by Martin Ahern, beats his man to it and gets a turn. There's a slip by his man, and it's played across field to Garvin Carher, and there's a great block, and a free to Cullyhanna. Good commitment there by both players. Gary McCoo bent for the ball, and I suppose Crossman thought he would be able to get the ball away before he got to it, but Stephen Murray doesn't like that.
No, so plenty of bravery going in for that ball, and that's what you need. Semi-final of senior championship.
Yeah, and he's going to book Stephen Morris here, I think, for that. I didn't think it was that dangerous. I think he did definitely kick the ball. He didn't kick Gary McCoo, but he's probably just saying, look, watch your feet when someone's going down to pick up the ball. It's a yellow card indeed, yeah, for Stephen Morris, the first yellow card of the game. Gary McCoo plays it down the line to Shea Hui, number 12, who he turns Alan Farley, and Alan Farley slips. Shea Hui, he's running, he gets Mal Mackin into it. Mal Mackin comes inside, Aidan Rush tries to get on his left, and the referee's giving a free in there because Kevin, it's Cross are going to be frustrated, and I suppose Cullyhanna are equally frustrated. Every time Cullyhanna have a chance of getting a shot in, Cross are doing everything they can to get the last hand in and get a tackle in. And Stephen Murray has pulled them up maybe 3 or 4 times, and saying it, and giving a free. And Aidan Nugent is converting these frees. He's going to hit this one with his left foot, Kevin.
Yeah, but I think on every occasion, more the referee's got it right. These late tackles and all the rest. He's not going to accept it.
Ball kicked left-footed by Aidan Nugent. Left foot, right foot. It doesn't matter to Aidan Nugent. That's his 5th point of the game. His 4th from free kicks. And Paul Hardy, he takes a look out here and he kicks it down the middle. There's three Cullyhanna men. Johnny Hannerty went down, and referee not interested. Barry McConville got on the ball and looked like he was going to be caught. Eugene Casey makes a wee bit of room for himself. They've got men over here. A poor ball, which was just broken out by Rico Kelly, who's in the right place at the right time. Referee's in the wrong place at the right time for Cullyhanna there, but there was a ball played along the ground that Barry McConville, I'm sure, was going to intercept, but it actually hit the referee, Stephen Murray. So don't know whether Cullyhanna will feel aggrieved by this hot ball or Cullyhanna, but Pierce Pierce Casey and Johnny Hannerty, and he's given a free to Crossmaglen. Aaron Kiernan takes off like a hare, and they're all chasing back trying to catch him. Tony Kiernan feigns to go right and goes left. Stephen Murray is given a free, which is kicked in long, which Kyle Carher has got, and he's turned Sean Connell, and he's turned him again, and he's looking for options. There's players falling all over the place. Kyle Carher swings this right-footed and puts it over the bar. A massive point for Kyle Carher to bring parity back to the scoreboard. It's now 7 points apiece. And again, Kevin, a very exciting game.
Yeah, it certainly is. End to end, it's hard to know where it's going to go, but I think there's definitely room for improvement, and both teams will not be totally satisfied with their performance. There's been a few mistakes, but but overall it is end to end.
Yeah, Johnny Hannerty jumped to catch a ball, a suicide ball, a hospital ball, you might call it, which the cornerback Stephen Reel thought he could get in front to make it, and the two of them collided, and the referee has given a free in here, which is going to suit Aaron Kiernan, just between the 21 and the 45. Wee bit to the near side of goals, which will certainly suit Aaron Kiernan. He's been slotting free kicks like this over the bar for years, for both club and county, and will be, I'd say, fairly confident of this. The score is 7 points apiece, and there are 5 minutes left of this first half. Crossmaglen playing with the wind, and Aaron Kiernan steps up and kicks it left-footed confidently over the bar. So 8-7 to Crossmaglen at the minute, and Kevin, Cullyhanna's kickouts just aren't working for them.
No, there's been a few occasions they've been caught out or kicked bad kicks, and and they started off very well, winning a lot of the midfield battles. So it's an area that they can definitely improve on with their own kickouts. Yeah,
the last score came from back kick. There's bad handling by a half back from Cullyhanna, but they've got the ball back, and the referee's giving a free to Cross. Cross are much quicker as well in their decision making. When they've got the ball, there's players running in the right directions, and the man with the ball in his hand is looking up quickly. Tony Kiernan, I think, will fancy a punt at this. He's got the wind behind him, and we're about 5 minutes out from half time. This will give them a 2-point lead should it go over the bar, which will be their biggest lead yet. He looks at the posts. He centres himself, he runs, and he kicks it right-footed, confidently, over the bar. So a second converted free for Tony Kiernan leaves the score 9-7 across Crossmaglen. And Cullyhanna, Kevin, need to break this momentum that Crossmaglen have built up, and they need to win the next kick-out. Mackin gets up above everyone, breaks it down. He broke it straight to Tony Kiernan. Tony Kiernan plays it in left-footed. Sean Connell and Kyle Carr in a great foot race out for that ball, which Sean Connell won. Plays it into Stephen Reel, who let it bounce. Ball picked up by Johnny Hanratty. Johnny Hanratty plays it back out. Well recycled to Aaron Kiernan, who kicks it a mile in the sky and kicks it wide. I think that could be Crossmaglen's first wide. We'll just check the stats in front of us.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Their first wide of the game. They've kicked a couple short, but I think it's their first wide. So I think, Kevin, if I was the Cullyhanna manager talking to them at half time, I'd be telling their defence to calm down, to be sure about what they're going to do, and to execute their skills a lot more cleaner. There have been multiple examples of boys getting caught in possession, or boys trying to lay it off to a runner and hitting them on the side with it. Boys not being aware of what's going on around them. That last instance, Stephen Reel tried to pick the ball up and it went through his legs, which led to a scoreable opportunity. Their kick-outs as well, although it might be easier for young James Carr to kick the ball out with the wind at his back. Free to Cullyhanna here might give them a wee bit of a chance. They've got men. I'm not sure what Stephen Murray's going to do. A more conoptious referee made a hop that ball, Kevin.
Yeah, he's having none of it.
He's having none of it. He's been about. He knows the crack. Cullyhanna try and build. They're up just over the halfway line. Mal Mackin's having to come very deep to get involved in this game. It might suit him a bit better with the wind in the second half. Sean Connell gets a dump in the back from Johnny Hannerty just to let him know that he's about. Well played there by Barry McConville. Got away from Mel Boyce and got a wee bit of space. Good running here. Good running by Conor Connolly. Feeds. Look at, there we go again. There was an opportunity for Aidan Nugent to slip the ball to Shea Hui, and he boxed it over his head. Tony Kiernan pushes the ball down the line. Oisin O'Neill used all his strength there to back into Gary McCoo, to back into him, and when as soon as Gary McCoo went to put the hand in, referee gave a free. So Oisin using his strength well there, and Oisin reckons the free should be where it ended up, or where he ended up. Be interesting to see where the linesman puts this ball, because he was being fouled for a long time, Kevin.
Yeah, he was. It's the referee just having a chat with Johnny there. He's giving a yellow card.
Yeah, for that dunt. Yeah, unnecessary too.
Yeah, he did.
Way off the ball.
No need to be involved in anything like that.
The referee he's taking it back a wee bit here. Don't think he knew where to take it to. Certainly when the play was going on, Oisin was backing into his man, and I suppose he was being held for a good 10 metres, but he's taking it back a bit anyway. Here comes Aaron to increase the lead to 3 points. He looks at the posts, he strides up, he kicks it confidently straight over the bar. And you have to admire the consistency of the free taking.
No, absolutely, and between sort of Nugent and Kieran there, that they are showing a masterclass in free taking. But it's the first time in the game there where Cross have just extended their lead now. There's now 3 points in it, so Cullyhanna just need to get themselves settled again. Yeah,
and with the kickouts, Cross are getting up, or Cullyhanna's getting up, and they're getting their hands on the ball. Aaron Kiernan comes forward and kicks another point. And this is what Cross do. Before you know it, you're in serious difficulties. 11-7 with this. There's not 4 points in it. There shouldn't be 4 points in it either way. Referees telling goalkeeper to hurry up. See, Oisin O'Neill has gone into full forward here. Cross do like to rotate. Poor kick out again, and Cross are getting in for all these breaks. Johnny Hannerty tries to play the ball in, and great defending by Cullyhanna. Courageous dive in by Francie O'Rourke. Stephen Reel fouled a couple of times there, and the free's going to be taken by Gary McCoo. He plays it out wide to his brother Kieran McCoo, and Kieran McCoo makes great strides down the far side. How Cullyhanna need a score. Gets it to Mal Mackin, and Mal gets away from Aidan Rush, but he's being held again. Kevin, that's maybe 3 or 4 times Aidan Rush lucky he doesn't win the book here. Every time Mal Mackin has gotten it so far, he's been bottled up, but he's been fouled. He's been fouled twice or 3 times anyway.
I think just with Mal getting a couple of bookings or a couple of sort of frees against him himself, it's just really even itself up. But
maybe
there needs to be a wee bit more movement in that forward line. Cullyhanna, it's just a few occasions where they do break forward, there's no real options to give it into anyone.
Yeah, it's played backwards here to Mickey Murray, and Mickey Murray takes it up over the halfway line, up over the 45, slips it to Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent tries to get a shot away. He gets it away, and he gets a nice point, much needed point for Aidan Nugent there.
Yeah,
his 6th point of the half.
Yeah, he's hugely important for them, there's no doubt, and he's done well there to work that point in. But it's a lot harder for them, to create those scoring opportunities, and it seems to be the other way around for Cross.
Yeah, and Cross worked that kick out expertly. It was Garvin Carher who came deep, and a nice ball played down to Tony Kiernan. And Tony Kiernan giving young Connolly a handful out there on the left wing. Kyle Carher, who'd give anyone a handful, comes inside and takes on Sean Connell, gets back on his right foot, and a great block by Connell. Eugene Casey gets down and picks the ball up and tries to barrel his way out along the right sideline. He's given it for too long. He's given it for over carrying. Kevin, you can see why the free was given to get him. There's a bit of argy-bargy over on the far side there. 2 men trying to take the ball off the Cullyhanna man on the ground. There's a man Crossmaglen man pushed to the ground. Be interesting to see the referee take any action here.
Not sure he's going to. He's asked them to get up and get on with it, but yeah, again they're trying to run the ball out of the defence. Isn't going to work. You know, they've been bottled up time and time again, and it's just, you know, on that occasion they've been they're either falling themselves into errors and giving the ball away, or in this occasion where they've been blowing up for over carrying.
Yeah, well, Tony Kiernan with this with the opportunity to increase the lead again to 4 points with a right-footed free kick here. He's well out towards the far stand side. He looks at the post. He's got the wind at his back. Might try and curl this in. He hangs it up. Great kick by Tony Kiernan, and an expertly taken free kick, his third. Crossmaglen's 12th, and the referee has blown the half-time whistle. So Crossmaglen Rangers, they'll run in first. Cullyhanna maybe have been told to hang back. It's good to see, Kevin, teams respecting each other, maybe coming in at half-time. We've seen before in the past the perils of having two teams entering the tunnel at the same time.
Yeah, especially it's a small tunnel there in the athletic grounds with the two teams coming in, barging off each other, and I've seen in the past where they've got to know each other a lot better in the tunnel and having the pitch. But yeah, 4 point game. You know, Cross has been playing with the wind there in the first half, and you know, but I think the game's probably a bit more closer than that than the 4 points. It's just if Cullyhanna can maybe cut down on the mistakes and just a wee bit more clinical up front, a wee bit more movement, you know, they'll be able to punish Cross a hell of a lot more because they've had good possession. They just haven't been clinical enough up front. Yeah,
it's been very, very even game so far. There've been opportunities at both ends, and I think maybe just the wind advantage for Crossmaglen has been telling. They've found it easier to get the ball into Mickey McNamee in particular and Oisin O'Neill. The ball's carrying a lot quicker, which will more than likely suit Jason Duffy in the second half. It'll probably get Malmackin into the game more. If they can get an early ball in front of Malmackin where he's running out from the 14-yard line instead of having to come out past the 45 for a ball, Kevin, it'll give them increased opportunities to get scores. But as you would expect from Crossmaglen, even when their backs were against the wall and the chips were down, they pushed on and they got the crucial scores at the right time, and they've found themselves 4 points up. So just a shout to anyone who's listening or who's watching our coverage to send us a tweet on, what's the hashtag, Kevin?
Armagh_GAA.
Armagh_GAA, that's our Twitter account. Let us know where you are, who you're supporting, what you think of the match, what you think of the coverage. Big shout out to all the patrons in the Cozy Bar in Newtown Hamilton who I know are watching this, Jackie and the gang. I hope you are enjoying the game, and to anyone else who's watching us, let us know where you are, and let us know what you think. So we're going to take a quick break here for half time. We'll get a cup of tea and get our microphones checked, and we'll be back with you in 5 minutes. Go on, Michael. Fáilte over Ash and Shaw, Hig Park and Luke Classy. You're welcome back to us here on Armagh TV for the second half of this Senior Championship semi-final clash between St Patrick's Cullyhanna and Crossmaglen Rangers. In the first half we saw Cullyhanna the better team for large parts of the first half, but a strong finish of the half by Crossmaglen sees them leading by 4 points, 12 points to 8. And Kevin, what are you looking forward to in the second half?
Well, we need a stronger performance throughout the half, really, from Cullyhanna. Towards the end of that first half, Crossmaglen come back into it, overtook them sort of in the middle of the field, especially with the kick-outs that was coming out. But I think this is where this half playing with the wind, with armagh-gaa up front there, this is where their full forward line could cause Crossmaglen a bit of danger. Pump the ball in quickly and early and off full forward and see what sort of danger it creates.
Well, Kevin, I think you hit the nail on the head there. If Cullyhanna are to have any chance, because they've been competing well around midfield, they've been matched up well, reasonably well around the field. They've been the better team for parts of the game, but they're going to really need to stamp their authority on this game, and they're going to need to get early ball into the Crossmaglen forward lines. And I'm thinking of Armagh-gaa and Jason Duffy and Aidan Nugent in particular, and everyone else, all the other forwards, of course, to get involved on second balls and third balls. But so both teams deploying a sweeper at the start of the second half. Paul McKeown standing on his own in front of Armagh-gaa here. That's obviously a Crossmaglen tactic, and Sean Connell. So a couple of big hits around the middle, and balls caught there by Crossmaglen. Stephen Morris. Morris comes back and gives it to Martin Ahern. Martin Ahern sprints onto this and kicks it right-footed over the bar.
Yeah, perfect start for Crossmaglen. It's exactly what they were looking, to come out just to extend their lead.
Yeah, and Crossmaglen pumped up for this second half. James Carhart with a significantly longer kick. Cullyhanna in possession here. Foul given there. Crossmaglen man a bit unhappy. First chance of a long ball into Mal Mackin, and he catches it. He's on the 21. He's trying to get on his feet. Plays it back out to Jason Duffy. Duffy on his left foot. Is it coming round? It is. Kevin, we're saying at half time they need to get the ball into Mal Mackin. The first ball that was in between himself and Aidan Rush, he out-muscled Rush, got out in front, caught it, hit the ground, and was strong enough to get up and play it out to Jason Duffy. We need a lot more of that.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to be looking for. That's the way to get back into this game, is to get the ball down there as quickly as possible. Al Mac will be up. He'll fancy a sort of pushing match down there all day long. Yeah,
it'll suit him down on the ground, even with any sweepers that are playing in front. So sideline ball for Crossmaglen Rangers along the far side there, the far stand side, with Aaron Kernan. He's looking in, and a good run by Mel Boyce out in front of Stephen Reel. He wins possession for Crossmaglen. He comes across the 45, and it's Johnny Hanratty who plays it back. Oisin O'Neill, and he tries to pirouette his way through. Johnny's going to try one with the outside of his boot. It's a hanging one, and the referee was well played by the referee. Kyle Carr was trying to get an advantage over his man. He was trying to hold him off and to jump, but the referee saw exactly what was going on, and he gave a free out. So it's taken short between goalkeeper Kevin. That looked like it could have been too short.
It was tight enough, and I think it was alright in the end, but it's part of the problem that Cullyhanna have at the minute. When they as soon as Crossmaglen has a free, there's an option there very, very quickly. But there's too laboured at times, and Cullyhanna just need to speed things up.
Yeah, there's a great ball down to Jason Duffy. He's taken clean out of it, as they would say, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm not even sure there's no argument there at all.
He had the beating again of Paddy Studdard. He let it run past him and went down the line to try and flick the ball up, and Paul McKeown came across and took man clean sideways out of it. So there's going to be a free kick on the 21-yard line right out along the far stand side. It's going to be Aidan Nugent. He's going to kick this right-footed. He's well out. Although he's got a favourable wind, he doesn't want to be kicking it short. He puts plenty of height in it. It's going to fall short. Oh! It was boxed over the goalkeeper's head and come off the post, I think, and into Crossmaglen hands. But it's back to Cullyhanna, back to Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent kicks it in high again. Cullyhanna smelling blood. Aaron Kiernan picks that up expertly and pivoted his way out of danger, but he looked like he was going to overcarry it there, but was fouled. The ball's played out low to Tony Kiernan. The ever-willing Tony Kiernan plays it to the ever-willing Martin Ahern, who's dispossessed by having his arm pulled, Kevin, but the referee didn't see it. Gary McCoy going one way and turning the other. Plays it across to Aidan Nugent, who's getting loads of space off Rico Kelly in the second half. Gives him Mickey Murray, and Mickey Murray drives forward. He gets them over the 45 metre line and carries it on. Flicks it to Barry McConnell, not renowned for his shooting. Gives it back to Mickey Murray, and Mickey Murray's in a corner here. Back to Aidan Nugent, and they're going nowhere here, Cullyhanna. They really need to move that ball out of there. Francie O'Rourke can't keep that ball in, and it's going to be a sideline ball to Cullyhanna.
Yeah, they need to keep their man on the. Malmackin had come out, instead of staying on the edge of the square there, and no option. They just kept recycling the ball until his mistake has been made. Bar.
Yeah, well, that's it. They need a focal point in on the 14-yard line, coming running out with his hands in front of him. And that's what they didn't have on that occasion. Martin Ahern will show all day for these balls, and there's nobody going to stop him in the Cullyhanna team. Great ball in, which evades both Tony Kiernan and his man. Great bit of tackling there. Sean Connell done all he could to get out for that ball and was put under loads of pressure by Oisin O'Neill and Tony Kiernan, but referee gave a free. And here come Cullyhanna again. Good start to the half by Cullyhanna. They really need to make it count, though. They could do with getting a few scores. Shea Hui, poor control again, Kevin. He couldn't get that first touch. He couldn't hold on to the ball. He broke it down in front of himself, and the bouncing ball bounced to Aaron Kiernan, none other. Straight to Kyle Carher, and Kyle, he's going to run at Sean Connell. He's going to take him down the line. He plays it back to Mel Boyce, and Mel kicks it up in the air and just wide. Kevin Nixie Hawkeye there. I thought that was just inside the post. Yeah,
it looked good from where I was sitting, but but again, it's all down to this poor quality ball into the forward line. There's very few options. There's nobody run off the player with the ball. Cullyhanna just need to snap it up really, and overall there's a big improvement going to be needed.
Yeah, Barry McConnell broke that ball down all right, but he broke it straight to Cullyhanna, and Martin Ahern with the ball into the forward line, which Mel Boyce just nicely back-heeled to keep it in the field. Barry McConnell tried a wee pass into his man, which was intercepted by Oisin O'Neill, who gratefully put it over the bar. Cullyhanna have been guilty on various occasions of gifting points to Crossmaglen. Crossmaglen are hard enough to beat when they're making their own scores. You don't want to be giving them any freebies. Ball kicked out and well caught by Pierce Casey. And showing great strength there. I don't know if he's going to move it away on up here. And if he can get one in here, I see Jason Duffy play it sideways to Mickey Murray. Mickey Murray gets over the 45. They're within shooting territory here. And it's played sideways to Pierce Casey. And it's flicked on here to Shea Hui. Shea Hui runs in and fists it over the bar. A good fisted point, Kevin. There was a sniff of a goal there.
Yeah, there was a bit of an opening there. He's made the right choice, just fisting that one over the bar. But again, it's very slow and laborious, and there's just not enough options happening. They need more. You need more players running off the shoulder.
Yeah, substitute here for Cullyhanna. See, Paddy McCreash is going to come on, and who's coming off? It's Francie O'Rourke. So Francie O'Rourke, who started for Paddy McCreash, is now replaced, and Seven's back on. So Paddy picking up Johnny Hannerty, who's heading into full forward now. Mel Boyce coming out to midfield. Stephen Morris playing well out round midfield for Cross. Tries a low ball in. Barry McConnell done well to get his body out, and Eugene Casey done well to bulldoze his man out of the way, and he's won a free kick for his team. Malmackin, Kevin, as you say, is getting drawn out too far.
He needs to stay in there. There's absolutely no point in him coming out. He has, there's two corner forwards there. His men up. They let them run out into the corners and pick up the ball. He needs to stay in there and give him an option.
Yeah, substitute here. Stephen Farley coming on for the injured Paul McKeown. So he's got a problem with his calf muscle, it looks like, Kevin. He's well bandaged up and he's limping slightly there. So it's going to be a free kick to Cullyhanna with the score at 14-10. Cullyhanna, if they're going to want it to happen, they're going to need it to happen very soon, Kevin. Ball kicked up in the air and kicked well and kicked over the bar by Aidan Nugent.
Yeah, in Nugent's freeze, no doubt, has kept them within sort of, a decent enough distance, but they really need to be doing a lot more and trying to create a lot more danger up there.
Yeah, Cullyhanna win the break this time. They've been breaking a lot of ball. Barry McConville doing well. They've gone into trouble here. Gary McCoy, he's not renowned for his shooting. He was trying to lay the ball off there, Kevin, and he couldn't because the crossman had just grabbed his arm at the opportune moment. So the referee was right on the money there and has given this free with the score at 14-11. So an excellent opportunity here for Cullyhanna to bring it back to the 2-point game.
Yeah, and Crossmaglen keep giving away frees like this. They'll punish seats every time. It's definitely a route to get back into the game, but they can't rely on it.
I must say, Aidan Nugent kicks this well and kicks it over the bar. That's his 8th point of the game. And this is what Cullyhanna needed from Aidan Nugent. They needed, when they played in the league, I think he might have scored 9 or 10 points again Cross, when they put Cross to the pin of the collar that night. And I've been talking to people locally, and they were saying if Cullyhanna were to do anything in this game, they were going to need a big score from Aidan Nugent. Above all, he's the one player they have that can get lots of scores. Here come Cross Rangers, who are peppered with players who can get scores. Johnny Hannerty looking to see. You can see Kyle Carher buzzing around trying to get into possession. Great tackle by Jason Duffy on Oisin O'Neill. Dispossesses him and puts Cullyhanna on their way. There's a heavy hit by Garvin Carher on Aidan Nugent. There's management and officials coming onto the field wearing blue bibs, Cullyhanna players. Gary McCoy's in all sorts of bother here. He's taken on 4 of them. He's gone down. He's blown up for over carrying. Referee Stephen Murray is looking at his linesman. He doesn't know what has happened. What has happened, Kevin, is that Aidan Nugent, as soon as he laid off that ball, was poleaxed.
Yeah, it's an easy enough decision for the referee if he can just find him on. I think the linesman has clocked the number. Yeah,
there could be a man in serious trouble here. It's Garvin Carraher. Kevin, he's doing what you do. He's looking up into the sky and saying, "It wasn't me." I don't know what you're talking about, ref. The referee, if he's going to take any action here, it's a second yellow and it's a red. So
it's an easy decision for the referee too. To take a man out like that, he's absolutely flattened him, and
he's a big, strong, physical player, and we've seen Johnny Hanratty was yellow carded in the first half for something very similar, for running and hitting a man off the ball, totally unnecessarily. No need for it. Cross are in control of this game. They're winning the game by 2 points. There's every chance that they're going to win the next ball and go up the field and get the next score. So why take the risk already on a yellow card of hitting a man off the ball and causing more difficulties, more headaches for your teammates?
Yeah, this is it. So he's just, we've this second half of this half to come now. They're down to 14 men.
Yeah, here's Paddy Studdard getting away from Jason Duffy this time, and ball played back to Tony Kiernan. So Crossmaglen, I expect, will seek further gears here to up. Ball played to Aaron Kiernan, and Aaron taking him right down into the corner, and he's looking for an out ball, and he finds one. Look where Mal Mackin is. He's at left half back now, with Shea Hui, I think, the only forward to be seen. Nice ball played in front of Johnny Hanratty. If this is even played along the ground, there's a foot race up the field. There's Kevin. The first man tripped Aidan Nugent, and there seemed to be a knee from Johnny Hanratty, which is causing the offence here. Am I right?
The crowd's went absolutely bananas at it. They're all on their feet here, and it's whether the referee has seen it to take action. But
well, I'm sure the linesman has seen it, Kevin. If Johnny Hanratty has been seen here for going in with his knee on Aidan Nugent, and I think Kevin, there's no coincidence that it's Aidan Nugent who's been on the end of the last two serious fouls. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, and Johnny's he's walking about here with the hands out saying what did I do? But there's plenty of seen it, but I'm not sure the referee's going to make any action here by the looks of it.
Well, he's calling him over. He's got a card out. He's called Rico Kelly over. A yellow card to Rico Kelly. And Kevin, Aidan Nugent's a well-able young fella. That'll not shy him out of this game. I think it'll make him more determined. Good play here by Conley, who plays Barry McConville. Barry McConville in a wee bit of space. Finds Paddy McCreish in acres of space. Paddy gets boxed in the mouth by Johnny Hanratty.
Yeah.
Kevin, how many lives has Johnny Hanratty got?
He's definitely heading towards zero, but the referee's just decided to let that one go as well. So Johnny would be safer taking himself back up to where he was, and that's in the full forward line out of the road.
Yeah, he's a very lucky boy that neither referee nor linesman nor umpire can see what we're seeing up here. Paddy McCreish got that ball and slipped, and any coach will be telling the defender to have his hands out and not give him any easy options. Johnny Hanratty appeared to hit him square on the head there and give away a very kickable free, which will test Aidan Nugent's resolve here. And there's nothing wrong with his resolve as he kicks it left-footed to put a point between the teams here. Midway through the second half, it's Crossmaglen Rangers 14 and St Pat's Cullyhanna 13. Crossmaglen Rangers down to 14 men. Remember, very lucky not to be down to 13 men. Ball kicked out here by Paul Hardy. It's going to be contested out round the middle. And a great catch. A massive catch in the middle by young Stephen Morris. Massive catch for his team there, Kevin.
Yeah, and he's got a hurt leg just out of the back of it. But yeah, that's what they needed. His team needed that catch there just to alleviate a bit of pressure here at the minute. Yeah,
Paddy Studdard has moved on up the field. Ooh. Kevin, Paddy Studdard tried to solo the ball and miss-soloed it, and Gary McQuaid tried to dive in to intercept the ball there and sort of caught his man. Yeah, there's a danger here, Kevin, that the referee, now that he's carded a couple of times, he's going to have to keep carding. I can see a lot of interjection on the line where Gareth O'Neill's getting very animated down around the Cullyhanna side of the bench. He's been told by the fourth official to get away down his own side of the pitch. Tony Kiernan is going to take this right-footed. He's going to kick it from the ground, and Cross couldn't really be doing with a score. The referee's putting him back. The linesman has instructed the referee to put him back, and he's just inside the 45-metre line. And Tony Kiernan can kick these all day. I'm looking at the flags, and the wind's dead set against him. Cross of all their big men inside the 14-yard line. Tony will get this on target anyway, I would imagine. He looks at it. He takes his run up. He kicks it confidently, but straight to Barry McConville, who's going to get caught in possession here. He kicked it, he got a 1-2 with Cullyhanna man, and he's in all sorts of bother here. Oh, and he's taken out of it by Johnny Hanratty, none other. And the referee's got the whistle in his mouth. He's letting it go, and it's all getting frenetic here, Kevin. It's all getting frantic. There's hits going in everywhere.
He got the ball there, and there must have been about 7 crossmen around him.
He kept going. Big hit by Aidan Rush on Malmac, and an off the ball hit there again. But here comes Paddy McCreish. Is this the equaliser? It's the equaliser, and the fans are on their feet. The Cullyhanna bench is on their feet. There's a lot of red faces. There's people punching the air with delight. It's 14-14 with 17 and a half minutes gone here in the athletic grounds. Paul Hardy looks towards the bench. Gareth O'Neill shrugs his shoulders and throws his hands up to the heavens. He kicks it out to the far side, and Cullyhanna are on the ball. A good catch, well taken there by the half back. That's Kieran McCooey. He has dropped the ball. He tried to pick it up, and the referee's blown him for a lift ball. Aaron Kiernan holds the ball and tells his teammates to settle down. He's giving it to Alan Farley, who comes way down the line here. He kicks it down to Oisin O'Neill, the right man to have the ball in his hands. He takes on Conley, and he takes him to the byline, and he feigns to come back the ways and goes on down the byline. and plays it back to Kyle Carher, and it's all the way back here. Kick left-footed, and the ball's... Barry McConville does well to get his hand to that, and the ball's gone. He's given a free in, and it was hard to see. It was right in the corner there. I'm sure there's a better view on TV. I thought for all my life the referee was going to give a wide ball there. It's 14 points apiece with 18 minutes gone here in the athletic grounds. Tony Kiernan's going to take this free and try and calm the nerves of the patrons from Crossmaglen Rangers here. Tony Kiernan, he's taken these before for Crossmaglen and for Armagh. He knows where the posts are. He'll certainly not panic. He steadies himself. He begins his run up. He kicks it right footed, and it goes right across the face of the goal and wide at the far side. A wee bit of schmozzling as well on the far post, as to be expected at this stage.
But I was poor enough kick with Tony. I know he had his chance to win, but I had expected much better from him. So across there certainly are rattled at the minute. Yeah.
Ball kicked out here by James Carraher, and they all jump, and it comes the whole way back to Rico Kelly, and Rico plays it right footed down the line to Tony Kiernan, who's buzzing, who's showing for everything down there. Ball to Mel Boyce, really made Mel stretch for it, and it's a return ball to Aaron Kiernan. Aaron Kiernan trying to go the byline, kicks it expertly over the bar for Crossmaglen, and the lead back to Crossmaglen, 15 points to 14. Oisin O'Neill Mel Boyce kicks the goalkeeper's tee away. I'm not sure what he was achieving out of doing that. Big hello to Siobhan Clark and Shifra Clark and young Oisin Clark, or Britton, sorry, who's missing the game today. This is they don't miss too many Crossmaglen games, but young Oisin's sick, so I hope you are enjoying the coverage, folks. Ball kicked out. Mal Mackin gets up the tallest, but breaks it down for Alan Farley. Cullyhanna just struggling to get on the ball here, but Aaron Kiernan has given the ball straight to them. Jason Duffy being held by Paddy Studdard. He's on the ball, and he turns Paddy Studdard and runs at him, and he shoots from an angle, and it's straight into Paul Hurdy's hands. Now Cullyhanna are going to have to work to get this back. Away comes Shane Farley, kicks it down the line to Stephen Morris. Stephen Morris kicks it further down the line to Tony Kiernan. Tony Kiernan steps inside Connolly. He's moving the legs, he's motoring forward. He finds Mel Boyce, who flicks it on to Johnny Hannerty, and Johnny Hannerty's caught and goes down and wins a free just outside, between the 21 and the 45 metre line. Done well to win that free there, Kevin.
Yeah, he did. He seen the hit coming and he took it and went down. He knew what was coming. So I think there's a change coming here in the Crossmaglen team now. I can
see Rian O'Neill getting warmed up here for Crossmaglen, star of the minor team who've just won the minor championship before this game. And a real live wire and a real dangerous prospect for Crossmaglen. He's ready and preparing to come on. There's 8 minutes of normal time here. Tony Kiernan, he's going to kick this, score, and he does kick this, score. No, he kicked it wide, so the score remains 15 and 14. Rian O'Neill replaces Mel Boyce on the Crossmaglen team. He's wearing number 28. And in the league game, Kevin, the second last league game of the year, Rian O'Neill came on as a substitute in that game as well, and caused all sorts of headaches. He lay in close to goal, and he bagged one goal, and if he didn't score the second, he set it up. There's a kick straight to two Cullyhanna men. The two Cullyhanna men palmed it down to Pierce Casey, who dropped the ball and give it straight back to. Here's Rian O'Neill way out along the far sideline. He delivers a lovely ball in, well done by Gary McCooey, who managed to just play the ball away. Johnny Hannerty bent to pick the ball up and fell as if he was anticipating to be fouled. If this ball stays in, it's a super ball. If Aidan Nugent gets on his bike here, they've created an overlap. Crossmaglen Rangers doing everything they can to get back. He steps inside his man. He's on his left foot. as cool as you like, he slots it over the bar and draws them level again. Great individual play there by Aidan Nugent-Kevin to get Cullyhanna back on level terms.
Yeah, it's a super ball just down along the lane to pick him out, and he's done fantastically well. Kick that ball over the bar under huge pressure.
Yeah, Aaron Kernan just nice and calmly finds Rico Kelly with the ball. Rico Kelly punches it down the lane to Tony Kernan. Crossmaglen getting the right man on the ball. Here's one up into the sky. Scores a level here in the athletic grounds. The referee's letting it go. There seem to be fouls on both sides there, but the referee says play on. It's given out to the younger of the two O'Neills. He dummies on his right and comes on, carries it in. Let's play it across, and there's a goal chance here. And it was Paddy Studdard who has found himself in, and Kevin, he was a dummy away from scoring a goal.
Yeah, I think a lot of Cross fans would have wanted that one to fall to someone else there, a bit more cuter in front of goal, but he done well in the end to get it over the bar, but it was definitely a goal opportunity there, Bora.
That's right. So the ball, there's 5 or 6 minutes left here. Ball kicked out. I thought there was a push in the back there on Pierce Casey, but Rico Kelly comes away with the ball, finds Oisin O'Neill. Oisin O'Neill powers through. He's held up. Ball breaks kindly for Cross Rangers and finds midfielder Stephen Morris, and the ball comes back of the post. Stephen Morris was fouled as he kicked that ball, Kevin, and the referee didn't see it. I think he was watching the ball going up, expecting it to go over the bar, but it didn't go over the bar, and the scores remain 16 Rangers, 15 Cullyhanna. There's 5 minutes of normal time remaining. A great leap by Cullyhanna again. The ball's being kicked out, Kevin, and there's 4 Crossmaglen Rangers men at least in the middle of the field and 1 Cullyhanna man, and that's what's creating difficulties for Cullyhanna. Mal Mackin's out round the midfield. It looks like it's Crossmaglen with the extra man at the minute. Cullyhanna just can't get their hands on the ball, and they need the ball. They need to win the ball back here, but they just can't. It's Oisin O'Neill. They're playing the ball sideways. Oisin playing 1-2s, and Crossmaglen now try to go forward. Wee bit of holding along the far side, and the referee gives a free for a foul on Tony Kernan. So the game's held up again. There's going to be 2 substitutions on the Cullyhanna team. Number 9, Phelim Savage, is about to come on, and number 22, Aidan Conlon, are about to enter the fray. Aidan Chesney Conlon, as he's known, can be a dangerous inside forward as well. Pretty quick and pretty nifty. Son of Terry Conlon, who we have as part of our commentary team here on Armagh TV. Free for Crossmaglen now is going to be taken by Oisin O'Neill. He's between the 45 and 65 metre line. He's looking sideways, he's looking in, he's going to deliver it long. He's looking for his brother Rian, that's what he's looking for. Ball comes in, Rian jumps highest. The ball drops out and falls to Kyle Carraher. And Kyle tries to swivel and pivot and kick left footed and tried to swing it over the bar. He was right in front of goal, but he's kicked it wide. And a lifeline for Cullyhanna.
Yeah, it is. They need to get themselves in order here with these kickouts. Barry, you're right. They're just getting smothered in the middle of the field, and they're just not getting an outlet. Where they're playing with the extra man here. They should be trying to have a short kick out at this stage. Yeah,
22 Aidan Conlon is on for 17 Jason Duffy. And Barry McConville has been replaced by 9 Savage. Now, kick out for James Carraher. Cullyhanna need this ball, and they don't get it. And even if he had got it, he was going to run into another Crossmaglen man. They're not using their extra numbers to their advantage. Ball kicked up high in the sky. Great. It's an OG. No, it's not an OG. He looked for all the world like he was going to carry it into his own goal. The referee has given a free, I think, for number 24 being pushed back into the zone. That was Mickey Murray, who caught the ball on his goal line and was nearly pushed towards him. They're going to try a short kick out here again. That's not going to work. I don't know where their extra man is. Crossmaglen have extra man round the field. Stephen Reel does well to get on that ball. He's tripped. Put the ball down, Stephen. He's not renowned for his kicking ability. Back to Pierce Casey, who might be playing as a spare man. Ball kicked into Mal Mackin. It goes over the maul. Aidan Conlon's quick. He's not that quick, and he's elbowed in the head. Oh, I thought the referee was coming blowing his whistle. Kevin, I thought he was going to give.
I think it would have been soft now.
It would have been.
Give that
well,
one.
Listen, Paul Hardy's a lot taller than Aidan Conlon, and maybe he went to shoulder him and caught him with his elbow, but it looked for all the world that he had swung his elbow at him. And when I seen the referee coming blowing his whistle, I was fearing for Paul Hardy. 16-15, a 1-point game. Johnny Hannery's back out into the middle, followed by Stephen Reel, and he's looking for the ball. He wants the ball. Ball's kicked out. Ball's broken down and breaks to Rico Kelly. Rico Kelly plays it on to Martin Fisher-Hearn, who plays back to Aaron Kernan. Aaron Kernan looks about him. He's got options. They're calling for over carrying. Aaron won't be rushed. Plays it back to Rico. Rico comes inside again. Hits everywhere. It comes to Mal Mackin. They've got numbers up here. They fisted in. Oh, Aidan Conlon. Oh, wrong decision making by Cullyhanna there. They had a chance to put the ball over the bar to draw a level, and they decided to try and go for goal. Paddy Studdard does well to come back and recycle it to Farley, to Aaron Kernan, all the back to Paul Hardy, and Hardy nice and calmly out wide to Stephen Morris. Morris comes away, kicks it down the line to Johnny Hanratty. Cullyhanna are going to have to get this ball back as quick as they can. Ball's kicked down the line to Rian O'Neill, and Rian won't be beaten to this ball. He picks it up expertly, and now there's a 2-on-1 at the top. It's Rian O'Neill powering in and goal, miscontrols it, shoots. What a save! The ball goes over the bar. James Carher taps the ball over the bar with a save. Number 30, Mickey McNamee, enters the fray.
Conor Nugent coming on for Cullyhanna as well.
Conor Nugent coming on for Cullyhanna. Very smart substitution. They took Conor Nugent on and left him over here for the kick out, but Crossmaglen have got wise to what they're trying to do. Stephen Reel being replaced by Conor Nugent, Johnny Hanratty being replaced by Mickey McNamee. Not a bad substitute to take on Mickey McNamee. Gary McCooey's in acres of space out here if they kick it out to him. Yeah, Johnny Hanratty has been replaced. Sean Connell takes off. Sean Connell still going. He cuts inside Tony Cairn. Tony Cairn pulls at him again. Sean Connell has ran half the length of the field. He gives it to Eugene Casey. Eugene Casey's running inside the 45. He's going wider and wider. Mickey Murray. It's all very tight. They're in a box again, Kevin. They've been doing this all night where they get the ball so far and there's a foul. They need to take this free quickly. They need to get 2 points out of somewhere or a goal. Crossmaglen won't want to give up a goal. They've 4 defenders inside their 14-yard line. They're not going to give up a goal softly. We're in injury time. Yeah, we have 1 minute and 15 of injury time played. There will be 3 minutes of injury time. 2 minutes to go. Aidan Nugent stands with the ball just outside the 45-metre line. He kicks this high and short. Paul Hardy came out to punch that, Kevin, and punched it backwards, and it went back over his head and has gone out for a 45. Jittery moments for Crossmaglen Rangers in there. Yeah,
he's ever so assured at the back there, but he won't have filled everybody with confidence the way he come for that one.
No. Aidan Nugent gets a second chance to put this in or put it over or whatever he's going to do. He chips it up. It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal for Cullyhanna! The ball went in the box and it was flicked, and there's people on the pitch. Kevin, they think it's all over. There's about 40 seconds to go. The crowd is going mental here in the athletic grounds. The ball flicked in the net by Cullyhanna. I'm not sure who scored that. The ball's broken down and Cullyhanna have possession. Cullyhanna have given away a possession. It's Aaron Kieran on the ball inside the 45. He's fouled. There's a free. There's 30 seconds to go of extra time. The ball is drop kicked by Aaron Kieran straight to a Cullyhanna man. It's Sean Conlon. Sean Conlon takes off running. Plays a nice ball to Aidan Conlon. Aidan Conlon, you need to make up his mind, Kevin, what he's going to do with it. Plays it back. And Eugene Casey bundles through 2 men. Plays it back. It's a free in to Cullyhanna, Kevin. There was 3 minutes of additional time signalled. There's 32 and 58, 59. 3 minutes are up. 3 minutes are up. Cullyhanna want to make a substitution. Everyone's on their feet. They can sense that this game, there's a point in it. It's 115 to 17 points to Cullyhanna, with certainly with time up. There's Cullyhanna man injured. Number 21 enters the field. It's Darren Mackin, and he's going to replace. The free's been taken and pushed down the line to Mal Mackin. And Mal Mackin turns his man and goes, and the final whistle is goal, and we have new county champions. Cullyhanna, St Patrick's Cullyhanna have won the county championship in the most sensational in the semi-final. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. They've won the semi-final of the county championship in the most sensational of circumstances. A late goal, a punched goal, who we still don't know who scored it. Anyone any idea who scored that goal?
I don't think anybody cares about what's going on in front of us here at the minute, Bar. The stadium's going crackers.
We'll find it. We'll tweet it later. And Kevin, an absolute cracking game that went right down to the wire. What do you say about that?
I don't know, but there's a happy man in front of us. Terry there, he normally joins us on the commentary. I think he jumped the highest whenever that goal hit the back of the net. But there's some very, very happy people in this stadium at the minute. You know, it's Crossmaglen. You know what they have done over the last 20 years has been phenomenal. But this year we have Cullyhanna and we have Mahary in the final.
Kevin, just for a minute, we'll talk about Crossmaglen and the champions that they are and the champions that they have been, and everything they've done for this county and everything they've done in the provincial series and that. Within a good save by James Carraher at the other end, denying Rian O'Neill a goal, it could have finished a 5-point victory to Crossmaglen. That save was crucial. Because they went down the field, they took the free that Paul Hurdy punched out for the 45. There was a lot of things, a lot of boxes fell into place for Cullyhanna to win there. A lot of stars realigned themselves in the last few minutes for Cullyhanna, and whoever it was to jump like a salmon and flick that ball to the Crossmaglen net in the most unlikely of circumstances. There'll be headlines in the papers tomorrow as Crossmaglen, the champions of Crossmaglen of Armagh, have been dethroned, and it's going to be Cullyhanna and Mahary county final, Kevin. Yeah,
we're going to have new champions this year, and I think Cullyhanna people they're quite shocked as well. What's going on around them is, you know, they're now in a county final. They've now beat Crossmaglen, and you're right, like it all changed with that save, you know, that come through, and could easily have ended up the back of that game would have been over, and that would have been the end of it. I know they were not that much surprised to see Crossmaglen in the county final, but you know the things all changed and went down the other end, and that badly fisted, you know, where Hardy came out and gave them a 45 and give them belief, and it all just changed. You know, Kevin, what a finish.
Kevin, the atmosphere in the athletic grounds in the last 5 minutes was electric, because Crossmaglen were sure they were going to win it. Their supporters were animated, and their supporters were giving it in fists in the air and celebrating every catch. And the Cullyhanna ones were cheering their team on, and just for the goal to go in the way it did, and so many neutrals here, there was just an overwhelming joy in half of them and devastation in the other half. And that's sport.
It is, and that is sport, and it's been incredible. Like, there's no doubt about it. You know, people are shocked, and you know what's the sort of change around when we do. Like, we take in the last 2 minutes with that save, and then going up the other end. You know, it's hard to believe. It's hard to sink in, but. Crossmaglen, you know, are quite dejected after that, and they've taken themselves off the pitch, and Cullyhanna still, we see them out here just in the huddle, just trying to sort of settle themselves. Look, we've won nothing yet. We're in the county final, but you know, unfortunately, out of Cullyhanna and Mahary by the end of the county final, one of them's going to be disappointed.
Yeah, there'll be new names on the trophy this year, and it should be a ding dong if both teams can replicate their semi-final performances. We should be in for a real good final. Unconfirmed reports that it was Malachy Mackin who punched the ball to the net, which wouldn't surprise me. We hope that the game was enjoyed and the coverage was enjoyed at home, and join us again.
I see Paddy Savage in the camera there at the minute.
He's tweeting. We can see him tweeting.
He's a former commentator on Armagh TV as well, and Cullyhanna diehard, and he's definitely everyone within Armagh TV are very, very delighted for Paddy and everything that he's done for us, and we're delighted for him.
That's right. So listen, great night again for Armagh TV, and a great night of football here in Armagh. listen, there'll be more days, and there'll be finals coming up, Kevin, and I'm sure our avid followers can find out on Twitter when the next live games are going to be. Yeah,
we'll have everything on Twitter, Facebook, and on, of course, our website. And what's beauty about it as well, anybody that's watched tonight's match and want to watch it again, it'll be available on the website, probably from first thing tomorrow morning, and they can relive the drama all over again.
Yeah, Kevin, there's some joy here among the Cullyhanna supporters that are remaining on here.
I'm not sure we're going to get them out of here this evening, but they're all walking past and they're all smiling and all waving and all, quite very, very happy people here at the moment.
I know. Well, listen, Kevin, we're gonna leave it at that, and listen to everyone who joined us tonight. Thanks a million for watching. We hope you enjoyed our coverage, and look, we'll be back and you'll be back, and we'll see you again in a couple of weeks. So, EOI Slán agus Bannacht.